to the White House. I'm your host, Charlie. I am the country conservative. Today, we are revving up the engines for a political thrill ride. Buckle up as we zoom through the twists and turns and turbocharged primaries that will determine the next leader of the free world. From the heartland of Iowa to the miserable streets of New York, we'll dissect the drama, decode the delegate count, analyze the battle scars of our competitors. Whether you're a serious pundit or a curious citizen, this show's for you. It's your VIP pass to the ultimate political showdown. So grab your popcorn, adjust your earbuds. Let's ignite the engine because in this race, there are no pit stop, only podiums. So welcome to the show. Tonight, we're going to be going over all the primary results from Florida, Ohio, Illinois, Kansas, Arizona. We'll get everything out to you. Plus, we're going to go over things that's been going on around our country. And every day is the new thing with the Biden administration. It's never ending that these people have something going on with them. And sorry if you heard that. I was bringing my chat up so I can see what people are going on here. But we'll have Brendan from the Brendan Statler show on here shortly. He was having a little bit of technical issues. But we will be watching here. And Fox is showing anything right now. They're looking for a missing girl. I'm not sure where from, but Riley Strain seems to be missing. So this is just a common thing anymore because of the Biden administration's open borders. And this is why this election is so important. And this is why we do what we do. Because while we're doing these streams, because this election is so important, we've got to get Joe Biden and the Democrats the hell out of office. No matter what it takes, we've got to get out. We've got to get people out to vote because of what's going on. There's murders, there's assaults, there's rapes, molestation of little kids, robberies, you name it, it's happening. And they're illegal immigrants, mostly illegal immigrants doing this. And you want to listen to the Democrats and everybody, and they want these liberal idiots, and they want to sit there and try to tell you that it's the crime rate is down. Well, they're full of shit. And this is why Brendan and I are doing these live primaries, because no matter what, even though Trump is the nominee for the Republican Party, we still have to get out and vote. There's no unimportant primary. There's no unimportant election. So we should be hearing something here soon from Florida. And Brendan's not here because he usually goes to the other stations. I am going to go back here and look and see if anybody else is covering this. I'll bring up another Fox one and see what's going on until Brendan gets in here. But it's hard for me to watch, and we'll see, because we know that Trump is going to win the primaries and all these. And of course, demented idiot fool Biden. But also the Democrats canceled their primary in Florida. So if the people of Florida will just look at this and show they feel that they are unimportant because he already got the nominee for the Democrat Party, and how that happened, I will never know. That demented old fool is not going to make it to the end of his term, let alone he's going to fall out. He's going to be in a rest home before this is all over with. But the man is shot out. And I don't care what idiot liberals say. The man is shot out. He is corrupt. And we've got so much about it. It's unreal. And that stuff all over the place here. And to fill in, some of the gaps when we're waiting for results to come up. And if you can look behind me, That's what I've got on right now in Fox, and you'll see some of it, and I will bring it up on here as soon as we see some results. But we should be getting them because Florida and I think Ohio doesn't. Let me see. Yeah, Florida, I believe, closes at 7 o'clock. That must be one of their papers. And Ohio, I believe, closes at 7:30. We will be going over all that stuff. What is this, Ohio? Yeah, this is Ohio's, and they close at 7:30. And then we've got, let's see, Illinois, I think. Let's see what's next. Oh, Kansas is going off. Yeah, their polls opened at 7 a.m. But we should be able to get them all in tonight, even Arizona, because like I said, this is so important, and I want you guys to know the truth. That's why I sit there and I put out my videos. And if you're not on Rumble, you need to open an account into Rumble. Rumble's a great place. Coming up, like YouTube, of course, they're newer, so it's going to take time to catch up on the videos, as many as YouTube has. And I'm not fond of YouTube. It's part of Google, and Google's already caught. And I have something in here in my email about that we're going to talk about later. And you probably already heard about it. They've interfered 41 times in the elections, and they need busted down to size. They're censoring everyone. They're causing so much problems. I'm watching. If you see in the background, we got Trump in the background, and that's when he was going to vote in Palm Beach today. But Google is causing issues with their election interference. And that was a big deal today. Let me see if I can find it while we're sitting here talking. It's in my inbox somewhere, and I've got so much in here. Like I said, this has been a huge, huge news week, actually. And for some reason, it is gone. And it was something new that I just had in there. And I thought I put it in here. So I will find it for you. Oh, here it is. Google interfered in elections 41 times. The Watchdog Group Media Research Center released a report on Monday that documented 41 times over the past 16 years that Google has interfered in U.S. elections. Now, if they've been doing it this long, you know they're going to try it again. So from the mouths of Google executives, the tech giants let it slip that there was never meant to be made public. But I did watch, I think it was on Dan Bongino today. And he showed that, I think it was Breitbart News, got a hold of all these videos showing the executives from Google telling people that they have to stop this and everything that they've done. This is why this election is so important. And I say it in all my videos. Go to my site, and you'll see Country Conservative. You got to get people out to vote. You got to share my videos with your friends and family because we need to get the truth out. You're not going to get it from MSNBC. You're definitely not going to get it from CNN. Oh, hell no. None of these people give you the truth. They give you what the government wants them to tell you. And idiot liberals believe everything that they say. And, and trust me, it's not just me blaming liberals because I have a not so liberal mother-in-law and she watches The View. And if I talk about politics, we get into it. We butt heads. I love her a lot. So I argue with her too much. She's 80 years old. And she's great as hell. But she believes them. And I'm not going to have her cause her a heart attack because of over politics. I'm not going to do it. So I'm accepting Brendan in here. He had to switch out computers, I think. So he should be coming in here shortly. But this is what happens to people that listen to the fake media. And again, this is why we do our videos. And here he is. Say hello, Brendan.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulties. Can you hear me all right now?
It sounds good to me.
no weird delay like we were having before?
No, it doesn't seem like it. I'm going to keep watching. Yeah, I see you're freezing a little bit there, so maybe your internet's having a little issues.
Yeah, it could be. It's windy as hell here, and anytime there's wind, it's a little iffy, so it could be that.
So, anyways, this is why we do our videos. That's why we do our live streaming, to get you guys out the truth, because nobody's going to give it to you unless we put it out. So we're doing our small part to get stuff out to you, and that's why we ask you to check out our Rumble channels, check out our videos. Brendan's at the Brendan Settler Show. Share our videos and stuff with your friends and family, because if you don't, the truth doesn't get out. That's why I ask you to follow us. And we're both on Rumble and YouTube and Facebook. And if you check us out, don't forget to follow us and share, because every time you follow us, that gets our reach out further. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. Now, we should be seeing results from Florida. Are you getting anything yet, Brendan?
I got Trump at 76.4% and other at 23.2%, with 26% of the vote in.
I'm not seeing anything. They're showing that demented old fool Biden landing at Arizona. I don't want to see that, some results on there. But like I said,
I'm surprised that there's that many people voting against Trump in Florida. That's a little shocking.
It is, especially when the oops, I knocked one out I didn't want to do. Especially when the Democrats canceled their Democratic primary in Florida because they don't think the people were worth having an election for, because Biden already got it on his nomination. So I think that's pretty pathetic of him and of Democrats.
Yeah, and they're also doing it because they know they have no chance at winning the state of Florida. It's all the states that they know they have no chance of winning. You know, that's the biggest lie that Biden is told, is that he was going to be a president for all America, not just Democrats, but Republicans. And you're seeing examples of that right now, of how that was a clear lie that he told to the people, because this is what a lot of these politicians do. This is the difference between establishment politicians and Donald Trump. Donald Trump is talking about going into the Bronx and the inner cities to hold events. Do you think that Joe Biden would go to what would be the most? Do you think Biden would hold an event in West Virginia or Ohio or Florida? Anywhere outside of maybe the cities? Wouldn't happen.
Heck no. As soon as we get Fox off passes and gives us a live stream, but you guys heard about the Supreme Court ruling on the freedom of speech. And I wanted to hear straight from Ketanji Brown's mouth about government should be allowed to censor us. So it's only a little bit of a minute long, but I want you guys to hear this. Now, hopefully this comes out with no problem, but you've got to hear her mouth. She's actually saying the government should be able to censor us. Now, listen to this.
Justice Jackson?
So my biggest concern is that your view has the First Amendment hamstringing the government in significant ways in the most important time periods. What would you have the government do? I've heard you say a couple times that the government can post its own speech, but in my hypothetical, kids, this is not safe, don't do it, is not going to get it done. And so I guess some might say that the government actually has a duty to take steps to protect the citizens of this country, and you seem to be suggesting that that duty cannot manifest itself in the government encouraging or even pressuring platforms to take down harmful information. So can you help me? Because I'm really worried about that. Because you've got the First Amendment operating in an environment of threatening circumstances from the government's perspective, and you're saying that the government can't interact with the source of those problems.
I'm getting an echo. Were you getting an echo?
I've been getting an echo this whole time. Every time I talk, I hear me finish my sentence maybe 2 seconds later. So it's going to be a difficult night, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, it might be my computer also, because if you guys out in chat are hearing on that video, let me know. But she's literally sitting there saying that the government should be allowed to censor us on social media and stuff and everywhere. They already allowed them, the Supreme Court did, allowed the politicians to block you if they don't like what you say to them. Well, I guarantee I'll be blocked from a lot of them because they're not going to like what I say to them.
No, and that was their whole intention with this TikTok bill this past week. There's a reason that many Republicans, such as Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, didn't vote for it, because that is what they are trying to set the stage for, is to make owners of companies like, say, Rumble, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. They want those people, Elon Musk, to sell their companies, so they can't have conservative voices on them. Because how many times have conservatives, and particularly Trump supporters, been called Russian agents? Now they would say we're working on behalf of the Russian government, and that is how they would deplatform every conservative voice. There's a reason that Nancy Pelosi was so giddy when this bill passed, and why Biden is so eager to sign it. I think TikTok should go, much, just like many other conservatives do. But this bill was not a good bill. This is going to open a Pandora's box that none of us want opened.
Well, I agree, but I believe too that TikTok needs to go, because we don't need any of our information going to China. Okay, if they want to sell it to an American company, and our information is stored here in the United States, but that will also give China something else to hack to get the information.
Right, and like I said, I agree that TikTok should go. My thing is, I didn't like the legislation that was in it, and it's a very short piece of legislation. It's like 12 pages. Anybody could go on and read it. It's a short read. I just think the way that the legislation is written right now, I think it has a potential of going completely sideways on us, to where they could force people like Elon Musk to have to sell Twitter, or have, I don't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but the owner of Rumble, to sell Rumble, and then basically Rumble would merge with YouTube, and Twitter would go back to the old Twitter. Then, of course, Truth Social would be gone, and all these other conservative social media outlets. I think it's kind of a slippery slope with the piece of legislation they had in. That's just how I see it. I'd like to know what others in the chat think.
Right, but I know Rumble is offering to buy it. And there was other ones that I saw that's wanting to buy it, and a couple of the other ones are liberal people that I don't want to see buy it. That's for sure.
Right.
They're going to give them.
But the point is, this is exactly their game plan. They want to deplatform us. That's the only way they were able to drag Biden across the finish line in 2020. It was through suppressing information, silencing opposing voices. This is what they do in third world dictatorships, and that's exactly the game plan that they have used for last election. That's what they're going to use this election, because they want us to be a dictatorship.
Oh, most definitely. There's no doubt about that. Just the way they're going about things themselves right now. And I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
All they're doing is showing stupid Biden. And I don't want to see Biden. I want the election results.
Yeah, the only one I've seen so far here on Fox is Florida. We have to have more open than Florida right now, do we? Yeah, because Ohio's in this. In Florida right now, do we? Ohio's in.
Ohio closes at 7:30. What time is it? It's almost.
We got a little less than 10 minutes.
Less
than 10 minutes.
You good now?
Yeah, that delay is terrible.
Yeah, and about 6 seconds, but we're getting a little skipping, and it could be my internet too, or my computer. But I was watching some of the hearing today on the Biden withdrawal from Afghanistan, and they had witnesses General Milley and General McKenzie there. I am no fan of Mark Milley whatsoever, because he turned woke and wanted the Marines to take classes to be sensitive to trans people and gay people in the military. Well, it's not what the military's about. That's sure to hell what not the Marines are about. But he did say a few things that I did like. But both McKenzie and Milley both said that the withdrawal was from failed policies from the Biden administration. And the order to withdraw came little too late and caused all the death and destruction that they caused. Then you get Democrats. Oh my God. They started asking questions. And of course, where did it go? They blamed Donald Trump. They blamed him for the withdrawal from Afghanistan, and he wasn't even in office. But General Milley and McKenzie both admitted that Trump gave Biden the exit plan, the strategy to get out. And Biden threw it away and said, I'm not listening to Trump, which caused all the deaths of the 13 Americans. Then, of course, the ranking member, he wanted to deflect from the deaths of the 13 members and said, well, we need to pay attention to the last 20 years of that war. That's not the purpose of this hearing is. The purpose of this hearing is the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan that Joe Biden caused. And he's trying to, of course, blame Trump and then go off to the sidelines and say, well, we need to look at the whole 20 years. Well, that's not the way it works.
Yeah, they've been trying to blame this on Trump for how long, saying that he was the one that set the deadline, and all this other bullshit that we now know is not true. My argument from the beginning was, okay, say that what they were saying was true, that Trump was the one that put this all together. He put the timeline together, everything that they claimed. Joe Biden had no problem reversing everything else that Donald Trump had done during his first term. Why was that the one thing that Biden said, that Biden could have said, hey, I don't like this, we're getting rid of it? Why is that the one thing that he decided to keep in place that Trump did? Doesn't make any sense.
No. So, but he really did it, and he went off on the rails on his own to make up his own plan that obviously did not work. But the first two Democrats blamed Trump on that. And then Biden refuses to give, Biden and the DOD have refused to give all the paperwork that they've requested, the House requested, on the exit strategy that Biden came up with, and all the paperwork that they asked for. It's been 3 years since they've asked for it, and they've refused to do it. But yet the Republican Party doesn't do a damn thing.
No, shouldn't that be... Sorry if it sounds like I'm interrupting you, Charlie. This delay here is ridiculous. But shouldn't it be contempt of Congress if they refuse to turn over any documents or even appear in Hunter Biden's case appear before Congress when they're subpoenaed, that's the very same thing that Peter Navarro had to turn himself into prison for today.
Right.
Why is it any different for these people? And they think that the American people don't see this. That is the thing that is the most amazing about this. It's so obvious. It's so in your face. These people are so drunk on power that they don't believe that the American people see this. And frankly, they think we're all stupid. They're going to find out come this election in November.
Oh, definitely. Because and I only got part of the hearing in, but we did find out that the U.S. Biden administration was working with the Taliban, giving them targets to attack ISIS. So why is the United States working with a terrorist organization like the Taliban to go against ISIS, which the Taliban never bombed them in the first place? So some of this is just way off the rails for me, because then you get Democrat Connolly. He asked nothing about Afghanistan, but he blamed Trump on comments that he made about Milley back in the day. And this is what kind of stuff you get Democrats. And this is why we do this. This is why we got to get the Democrats out of power. Every bit of power, no matter what happens.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time the United States has worked with the Taliban and other terrorist organizations. I mean, going back to at least George W. Bush days, we all know that they were kind of working together as a reason to go invade Iraq to get the oil, the lies of weapons of mass destruction and all this. So, this is just what these people do. Unfortunately, it's it's all a big game, and unfortunately, people, it costs people their lives. These soldiers that want to go and serve their country. To quote the Black Sabbath song "War Pigs," they really are treated like pawns in chess.
Oh, that's for sure. And it's just crazy. But we should get some results from Ohio here real shortly. They will be closing here in about a minute. And I've got Newsmax on, but I don't know if you have anything else on the numbers for Florida or not. I'm not getting any.
I don't have anything right now. I'm on a commercial. Is Newsmax showing anything at the moment?
No, they're just showing right now Tuesday primaries underway in Florida, Illinois, Kansas, and Arizona. They had numbers up earlier, and then they went to commercial.
Let me see NBC. I'll see what NBC's putting out. Nothing.
Oh, that's for them.
They're talking about they're talking about the Trump immunity case and on NBC. Wonder what those idiots are saying.
Anything, but they're just going to be closing. But Ohio also has a U.S. Senate race, which is a highly watched contest. You got 3 Republicans are competing for a chance for U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown in the fall. Ohio is seeing a potential pickup opportunity for Republicans in a closely divided U.S. Senate. And of course, Joe Biden in there, and Dean Phillips, which dropped out, but Ohio had enough time. I don't know why, but they still have Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, and Bernie Moreno on the ballots.
That's going to be a heavy ballot if Chris Christie's on it. That ballot has to weigh at least 3 tons.
Off face somewhere. What else do they got? Beyond the presidential race, Ohio voting for various local races, highlighted local candidates, their platforms, and impact the potential victories of their races. But we're not worried about that. We are worried about what's going to happen to this country if Democrat or Joe Biden gets reelected. That is going to be a disaster for this country. We cannot have that no matter what happens. You got to call your neighbors, your friends, anybody you haven't even talked to. If you got their number, text them. Make sure that they've went out and registered, especially if your votes in your state has already went through, your primaries have already done. Got to build up to November 5th. We cannot go.
Yeah. Yeah, and Charlie, one thing I wanted to add to that is, and this is for many people in our area, if you are registered Democrat or any other party but Republican, but you vote Republican, I think it is very important for you guys to switch to Republican, register with the party you vote with, because we need people to take part in this primary, not just presidential. There are a lot of important races at the local level and at the state level that people need to take part in. There is currently locally uh, there there's a very important state representative race here in Greene County, and we have a Democrat posing as a Republican trying to take out our incumbent Republican state representative, Bud Cook, and we can't let that happen. So primaries are just as important as general elections. If you are still registered Democrat, independent, whatever, but you vote Republican, you are essentially cutting your vote in half, because when you go to vote in the general election, you're voting for the candidate that other voters have selected for you. So if you're still registered Democrat, and there are many registered Democrats in this area that vote Republican, I would highly encourage you to switch to Republican. The deadline is April 8th here in Pennsylvania. So please get that done, because there are many important races other than just the presidential.
Better believe it here now. There's just so many issues going on here, and I'm getting everything's burned up and everything like that. So if you guys out there in chat are having trouble hearing us, let me know in chat that we're having issues, because it is a little windy and we might be having issues, and it might even be my computer. I was having issues with it past few weeks when we were doing live streams. So let me know if you guys are having trouble hearing us.
Did you hear any of what I said, or was that all cut out?
No, some of it was cutting out on my side, but some of it wasn't cutting out. So I'll make sure that they could hear us in chat.
Yeah, I'll just sum up real quick what I said in case it cut out, because I do think this is important. Basically, what I'm telling you, if you were registered anything but Republican, you're still registered Democrat, but you vote Republican, I highly encourage you to register Republican, because there are very many important races at the local and state level that you have to take part in. Just in case any of that cut out, I'll make a short video on that later, so everyone can get all the information. But the deadline is April 8th here in Pennsylvania to switch your party registration if you desire to do so.
Yeah, you got to make sure you guys get out and vote, no matter what. It is definitely important for us to get everything. And I don't want this to come out and here, because I'm trying to watch the. Oh, I got to go to live. Trying to watch the chats and everything at the same time, and kind of hard to watch both at this time. And I want to make sure I get you guys, because we're streaming at 6 different places. If you guys are on there and you can hear me, YouTube, Rumble, of course, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Oh, that must be volume on here. I got to turn my volume down on my other stuff. Let me know if you guys are having trouble hearing us, because we're going to try to fix through the issues. Like I said, we're streaming on 6 different places at once. So it's so hard to watch it. We don't have all the crews and stuff like everyone else has. And we're trying to get you the information as soon as possible and as soon as it comes out. But let us know what you guys are looking at, because there's stuff that we want to talk to you about, especially with stuff that's going on around our country, especially with the Fani Willis deal. We've seen so much, because you guys realize that Fani was her case began with illegally obtained evidence against Trump. And that is the biggest one right now. Trump also filed paperwork, I believe today, with appeals court appealing the Judge McAfee's decision to allow Fani Willis to stay on, which he's already said in his decision against Fani Willis and Wade that there was a conflict of interest with their relationship. So that means they've lied on the stand, which is perjury. That automatically should be got both of them out off the case. But of course, we thought this would happen, and he allowed her to stay on. Well, Miss Piggy knows just along with the rest of them.
Yeah, the charges should have been dismissed. I mean, there's no way you could say that there is a conflict of interest, and one of the two that are involved in the conflict of interest can stay on the case, and the case could still persist. And like I said before, she shouldn't have just been kicked off. The charges should have been dismissed because, man, that's terrible. The charges should have been dismissed because if you're saying there's a conflict of interest, how can you not say that because of their conflict of interest, they brought these bogus charges?
Plus, their evidence is all tainted now.
Right. Exactly.
So, can you trust anything that they have put out in this hearing? If it's any other case, any other person, this would have never went to trial. And you got these idiot liberals, and I've arguing with 3 of them on Facebook a little bit, saying that Trump has been found guilty of the rape part, and which was not rape, and the one with what was the other idiots talking about? Carol and Stormy Daniels. And you've got to explain to the liberals that what happened with Stormy Daniels, for one, was not illegal. So that squashes that right now. And as far as Carol goes, the don't even remember when it happened. She had no evidence to prove it happened. They charged him anyways, and they found him guilty of assault, not rape. So I don't know if you know this, Brendan, but Trump filed paperwork and is suing ABC's Snuffleupagus over him calling him rape on his shows.
Yeah, I did, and like I said last show, ain't nobody raping that bitch. It's not happening. She can't recall any of the details. She can't even recall the year. If somebody was raped, don't you think they would know at least the year, or have some detailed information to back up the claim? She has nothing. It didn't happen.
No. And so, oh hell, she's been raped how many times now? She's accused. I don't know how many guys, I can't remember now, of rape. Ain't nobody going to do that. Ain't nobody going to work good enough to do that. Oh, man.
No. I think I'd go gay first.
Yeah, no kidding. No thanks. That's all right.
Maybe. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But the persecution of Donald Trump needs to stop. And another reason why this election is so important, that we've got to get this to stop. And this is the way it's going to stop. The Democrats are afraid of Donald Trump. And that's the reason why this is going on. Because he knows what he has to do now to get back into office and to clean up that lousy town of D.C.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's why they're going after him to the degree they are. This is desperation. That's why you're starting to see news articles saying that Congress may not certify his victory if he is declared the winner of this election. They're anticipating a Trump victory. If they were so confident that they were going to win this election or steal this election like they did in 2020, they would not be going after him this way. They would not go after him like they are. This is This is all to try to move people away from Donald Trump. They thought once the indictment started flying, people would go towards another candidate like Ron DeSantis, who would just be another George Bush, in my opinion, if he got in. That's what they anticipated happened. They did not count on him getting more and more popular with each bullshit charge they throw at him in every smear campaign story they put on the fake news. That's why they're hysterical at this moment. They don't know what to do from here. It's, you know, you want a perfect example? Start watching Morning Joe every day on MSNBC. You see how emotional these people are on PMSNBC every day. It's, you know, you got Mika and Joe Scarborough and the biggest race baiter to ever live, Al Sharpton. These people are hysterical every morning when they talk about Trump because they know he's winning. And there's nothing they can do about it. Everything they have tried has not worked.
Okay, I was listening, seeing how bad you were breaking up, and on YouTube, you're not breaking up bad at all. But like I said, everybody, let me know what you guys are out there, because we can't tell from our side. So I was just trying to see what we're looking at here as far as our technical qualities. But what do we got? We got Florida still at 80%. Let's see. Ohio, Trump is at 14,759. Of course, he's declared a winner. Of course, Biden right now in Ohio, and they actually got more votes than Trump does right now. But of course, there's not very high percentage tuning in. Do you see anything?
No. No, from what I'm seeing on my end, Fox still has not called Ohio for Trump yet, and they haven't called Florida yet. And I don't know how they haven't called Florida at this point. Trump has 79.9% of the vote. Other has 20.1, and there's 73% of the vote in. So I don't know how they're not calling Florida for Trump at this point, and honestly, how they haven't called Ohio, because Trump's pretty far ahead in Ohio, 67.3% to 32.7%, only 2%'s in. But, you know, we've seen that same margin in similar sized states with the same amount of vote in, and they're calling it right away. So, but particularly Florida, I don't know what the hell they're doing here.
Trump at 80% in Florida with 771,000 votes or something like that. When it comes back, I'll be able to see it. Ohio, of course, has called it. Illinois hasn't gone off yet. But like I said, there's so much going on around here that Joe Biden never fails to deliver all kind of news. Fani Willis is a big one that's going to be going on for a while that we're going to be seeing because of this judge and how he went about it. That's the problem. And what else we've got going on is another threat from the Republicans to hold Fani Willis in contempt of Congress. And I'm sick and tired of this. Almost every one of my videos comes out with Republicans threatening and never action. And I have a big problem with that because it didn't take the
Fox
Democrats.
just called Ohio for Trump. Yep. They just called Ohio for Trump. So they still have not called Florida yet. And I don't understand how they haven't called Florida. It's Trump's running away with it, and it's 82% of the votes in.
How they're not calling it. He's the only one on the ballot, and they should have called already because he is.
Yeah, they called Ohio, and there's less of a margin with him in Ohio, and there's only 2% of the vote in. I don't know how that makes sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But of course, Newsmax is going.
It's Fox News. Nothing makes sense.
No, then I'm going to switch back here. See if we can switch to Newsmax. If we can find.
But I agree with the point you were making earlier before I cut you off. Republicans need to start showing some action. They need to quit the talk and start showing some more action, or we're going to lose the House this coming election.
And that seems that they always ever do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all by design. Republicans don't want to be in control. They just want to. They just want to look like it's an even battlefield. They, like they're on separate teams. It's all a big fake fight. They're on the same team at the end of the day. They don't want to. They don't want to actually do anything. They just want to go on Fox News and bitch about what the Democrats are doing. Hold these hearings to distract the people that still watch Fox News and take it seriously. Then eventually they forget about, all the substance in that hearing. Then they move on to the next thing. They claim that they're going to fight for what they're talking about in this hearing. Then they move on to something else. And I mean, how many hearings have we had since we've had the House? And what actual action have they done? Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
No. I had to take off. I had to take off my headphones for a minute. Echo, my voice is killing me. God.
I'm flipping between all the chats and everything, trying to make sure if I can see everybody and if everything's going through. And it's hard. I shut down one of my monitors to make sure.
Well, we got people sticking around, so it can't be too bad. We're probably it's probably fine on everybody else's end, but we're going to look so freaking goofy if we rewatch this because it's so, screwed up on our end, and it probably looks just fine to everybody else. So we might get some views for comedy tonight, but that's okay. It's good marketing.
We're just here to give you the news. That's what we're here for. And we're here to give you the truth. And that's why we're hoping you guys will stick around with us, and hopefully we'll get some other stuff going on because there's so much with Hunter Biden and McAfee and Fannie Willis. And, the good one that I just found out today, too, Tyson Chicken are firing or laying off American workers so they can hire illegal criminals to take the jobs. You believe that? Bullshit.
Oh, it's a good thing that their chicken tastes like shit anyway. So don't buy them. Don't buy them. They taste terrible anyway. It's all hormones and all kinds of other shit you shouldn't be putting in your body anyway. So easy to boycott.
Our American workers are getting canned for these illegal criminals that are committing crimes every single day in this country. And I cannot stand it. Let me know what you guys think in chat. Tell us, do you think this is fair or what? This is why we keep telling you that it's so important to get out and vote, because this is what's going to happen, and we're going to be in a destruction if we don't get something.
Yeah, the great replacement theory doesn't seem like such a theory anymore, does it? This is happening everywhere. This is why this is so important. This isn't just an issue at the border. State is a border state now because they're busing them into your communities or flying them into your communities on your dime, by the way. And they're fixing up hotels. It might be a hotel in Waynesburg, and they're housing illegal aliens, and there may be certain local elected officials that are going to have to answer for that soon. But this is happening everywhere. This is happening even in an area like Greene County, where it's away from the city, it's in the country. This is happening everywhere. This is not just a border state situation. Every state is a border state because of the massive numbers of illegal alien criminals that are pouring into our nation because of Biden's open border.
Oh, most definitely. When was this one? March the 16th in Utah, an illegal immigrant tried to attempt to kidnap a 13-year-old child. And that's a little girl. And this is one of the sex trafficking that's going on now, even worse than it was prior to these illegal criminals coming in here on Biden dime, on our dime. And with the 86,000 children that Biden trafficked all over this country, and they lost. So why is nobody making a bigger deal out of this when they find all these children that he flew around this country? And it seems like nobody gives a shit what happened to these kids, because you don't hear any talking about it. The mainstream media sure the hell ain't going to talk about it because Joe Biden did it. So
that's, it's just crazy how people are still blind to what's happening. Not only these people invading our country and potential terrorists, but the amount of sex trafficking of young kids that is happening. If you've seen video, I'm sure, of actual conservative reporters going in there. They're finding little girls' panties, in these fields and stuff where they got to travel through. They're finding used condoms. I mean, it's disgusting stuff that is happening. And, nobody in the media is covering it because it's bad for their desired candidate politically. It's disgusting where we're at as a country right now. And if you say stuff like this, you're a conspiracy theorist. They claim you're a conspiracy theorist and you're just being political. And this stuff is actually happening. That is, I don't care what your politics are. Little children being sex trafficked should disgust everyone, no matter where you are politically.
Oh, better believe it. This is ridiculous. And we are turning into a third world country. And another reason why we're doing our videos, because of this reason, because we need Trump back in there. We need a mass deportation of these illegal criminals. And you know how long it's going to take to get almost 13 million of these illegal criminals out of this country? Every damn one of them. I don't care, your woman, child, definitely the males, the hell out of here. Because you are all a criminal, even the children, when you do something illegal. And crossing into our country is illegal unless you go through the immigration process, which they have not. And they just caught a terrorist down on the southern border coming through the port of entry, which I have a problem with that too. This is why this election is so important. I don't know how I can emphasize enough about this election and why Brendan and I do this, what we do. I mean, we're small. We ain't, we don't have a lot of followers or anything like that. We're trying to build up to that, to get our word out, get the truth out to people. And this is why we ask you to share our videos and everything, because, and we will continue to do this after this election. Don't worry about that. And I know you're not. But we will continue because Republicans aren't the answer too, but they are the best of what we got going and the best that we have to get our country back on track. Which I did. Let me show you. And if you guys have seen this before, let me show you this. You guys can see that. My light's not in the way. Never surrender 2024.
Never surrender.
That is a signed gold card by Donald Trump. If you can see that, that is a gold card. I'm a Trump supporter through and through. And you get this after you donate so much money. So, but not enough to worry about. But this is why we have to get Trump back in here. We've got to get this mass deportation started. We got to get this border secure. And the Democrats keep bitching and sitting there saying that the Republicans keep stopping a border bill that Biden has tried to put through, which is a lie. The Republicans stopped it because it had nothing to do with securing our border. And we talk about this on all of our streams and all the primaries that we've been doing since Iowa. And the only thing that bill did was put more border agents on, some more cameras. The more border agents, the faster they could process these criminals through and put them into our country. That's all it did. That's why the Republicans stopped that bill from going through. It was worthless and did nothing but more money laundering for the Democrats. Another reason why we have to stop this from happening. This is why we need this election. and we need to vote Republican. We'll worry about everything else after the fact, after we secure our border, because they're expecting some kind of issue to happen during the month of Ramadan. I believe Ramadan has started already.
Yeah, it has. I saw that they were threatening violence. You know, this is the left. This is the Democrats. They are the party of violence. You know, so this is what happens all the time. You know, this is the party of Black Lives Matter, BLM, burn, loot, murder, and Antifa. So, you know, it's not a surprise that they're threatening violence. And you know, I wonder how much violence there's going to be in the streets when Donald Trump is declared the winner over Joe Biden, because I think it's coming. I think there's going to be complete anarchy that these people are going to unleash leading up to Inauguration Day, that is.
Yeah, I believe it's going to. They're already Christopher Wray, and I'm a fan of Christopher Wray's, trust me. He is warning people to keep your eyes open, keep them peeled during this month of Ramadan, because they've had credible threats, like you said, happening on the streets in the big cities. They want you to watch out if you're in a big city and you're to a restaurant, and know your exits. I used to work at a prison, and we had radical jihadists in there, and they would come straight to your face and tell you that they hate the white man, and they'd kill me in a heartbeat if they had a chance. So right there alone, you know, that makes you wonder. And that job. So
you almost wonder if that's why they're letting all these people in a way. Because, you know, maybe these are the people they're going to use for anarchy when Donald Trump is declared the winner. You know, because we got dangerous people coming here. We got gang members from MS-13. Of course, we have terrorists from the Middle East. We got soldiers from China. You know, it's going to be a shit show, I think. But that shouldn't discourage you from going out and voting for Trump, because it's going to be far worse than that if Trump does not get back in the White House. That is their way of discouraging you, because they're being open about this. You know, they're using they're saying that Donald Trump's calling for a bloodbath if he's not elected, which was completely twisted. He was talking about the auto industry, if you actually watch the speech. But nevertheless, they're saying that Donald Trump is calling for violence if he loses. Remember, they always accuse Donald Trump of doing exactly what they are doing or what they plan on doing. Never forget that. They are threatening a bloodbath if Joe Biden does not win, or if they cannot steal this election from Joe Biden. So, as I said, I don't want to discourage anyone from voting. That is the last thing I am trying to do. We have to go out and vote for Trump, because that's the only way we get our country back. It's lost if we do not get Trump back in the White House.
That should be more of a reason for you to, because of what the Democrats are doing. The Democrats went off on a tangent as soon as they heard that word bloodbath and tried to spin the whole damn thing. And now they're getting thrown back in their face because they are falsifying videotape of Trump saying it. And he was talking about the auto industry, which is going to, and he's right, it is going to cripple our auto industry. If
fun fact for, sorry about that. This delay's killing us here. But no, all I was going to say is, if you actually look up the definition of bloodbath, I can't quote it word for word, but the third definition refers to an economic disaster. That is what Donald Trump meant. And if you look back at old articles of businesses going through a rough time, they often use the term bloodbath. It's not uncommon to use the word bloodbath when it comes to business. And Donald Trump is, of course, a businessman. So he's probably used the term bloodbath a lot when it comes to, economic disasters. These people knew what he meant but they needed something else to throw at him, another distraction for all the blue-haired, gender-confused freaks to latch onto. That's all it was. But they're virtue signaling. They are threatening a bloodbath, and when they say bloodbath, they mean violence. If Donald Trump is reelected.
Oh, that's for sure. But I want to mention one thing here. I'm watching Rudy Giuliani on Newsmax right now, and he's talking about Joe Biden removes the words duty, honor, country from West Point's mission statement. This is the most pathetic, sorry excuse for a child touching, one feeling so-called installed president that we have ever seen. This man is ruining this country with every means possible. And it just pisses me off every time I sit there and see what he does. And makes me want to jump back on the computer and tell you guys, man, don't forget get out and vote. Cause of stuff like I'm being right there. And it just irks me to hell. If it guys makes you mad, let us know in chat so we can see you guys are on there and that you guys are hearing us. Because we like when you guys get involved. It helps us out to get stuff going. And what to mention to you guys of what's going on. We should be seeing some stuff here from Kansas coming up here, or Illinois, I think, is first. Then Kansas comes in right after that. So Florida, oh shit, Trump got 8, and they call Florida.
Yep.
At 803,000.
Took them long enough.
Yeah, no kidding. Trump is up to 108,000 in Ohio. What's bitch Biden? At 92,742. So we are so's in these other derelicts. I don't know who they are from the Democrat Party. But Trump is 804,361. Haley was still on the ballot, obviously, but she only got 145,000. Haley 34,000, even though she's not on there. But we should be seeing something there, I believe. Let's see. Let's ask old Google, whatever it is. What time is it in Illinois?
MSNBC isn't even covering this. That's crazy.
Current time in Illinois. Let's see.
Looks like you have no choice but to go off Fox.
Yeah, 7:00 or so. We should be getting something from Illinois, and I think Kansas maybe a half hour. Whoops. Let's see here. What time is it in Kansas? It's the same time, so we should be getting something from both of them here pretty soon. I believe Kansas. Let me look at if it says it again. I like playing with that AI stuff, and it gives me stuff. I listen to. I don't know it's bad stuff, but this was from MSN Copilot, and it's great. It gives me stuff to talk about during these streams. But Kansas in 2024 presidential primary marks a significant event. It is the first primary in decades for Kansasans. Previously, Kansas primaries used a caucus system to select their delegates. So we'll be looking out for that, see how the turnout is for that. Their polls opened at 7:00. And while the Democrats and Republicans president's nominations have already been secured by Joe and Trump, respectively, several other candidates still appeared on the ballots. The Democrat side is Joe Biden, the idiot, some guy named Jason Palmer, Dean Phillips, and that Marianne Williamson. On the Republican side, the ballot included Ryan Binkley, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley. They're all still on there. So we'll see what kind of polling they get out here shortly. We should be seeing something here. If you hear something, Brendan, let us know. I'm having issues with my computer.
I'm not seeing anything at the moment.
No.
Yeah, this isn't our greatest night, so we'll you can only do so much with internet issues, It's what you gonna do.
Tomorrow, trying to get this thing fixed up and seeing if I think you're breaking up is from my computer.
Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, it is pretty windy here at my place.
Fine, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, like I said, it is pretty windy here at my place. And anytime we get wind up here, because we're on a hill, our internet acts up. So it could be combination.
We got about a 12-second delay between the times we hear it. It's going out to you
Damn.
guys. So bear with us when you hear us. But some of the landscape behind Kansas political, despite success in the gubernatorial election, Democrats haven't won in the state in the presidential election since Lyndon B. Johnson in 1964. And that's the way we want to keep it. We want to keep it Republican stronghold. So you guys got to get out and vote, and I hope they did. So hopefully we'll be finding out here soon. Trump's numbers keep going up in 25,000 in Ohio. Mitch Biden is 97,000. So hopefully Kansas comes through for us. Let us know where you guys are tuning in from in chat. And we'll keep trying to give you updated results as they come in. Right now, they're showing Rudy Giuliani on Newsmax. And who are you watching?
I got Fox on right now. They're the only one showing numbers. I turned on MSNBC, not seeing any numbers from them. But the thing I hate about Fox, they only show the percentage. They don't show the vote count. I hate that.
Right, and that's what I don't like. So, but I watch them, and normally I don't have an issue. haven't had this much issues in a couple streams, but I am having the issues tonight, and I probably should have shut my computer's brand new. My computer's only maybe 3 months old, and I've been going through this for a while now. A few of our streams have screwed up, so I'm going to get this some bits fixed. I promise. What else are we looking at?
Yeah, this probably isn't one to look at again after tonight. We've been pretty good lately, though.
Yeah,
we've been pretty good lately.
And hopefully we might. I haven't even talked this over to.
Shit happens.
I haven't talked it over with Brendan yet, but I think I'm wanting to start doing some steady live streams throughout the week, towards the evening hours. And hopefully I get Brendan involved, and he'll want to do some when he has a chance. But we'll talk about that
I'm in.
down the road. Well, what do we got going here? Illinois, too. We're going to be looking at Illinois results. And how...
Illinois is a 1 hour difference than us, I believe. Do I have that right?
Yeah, because there were 7
So.
and that's what their polls closed around then. I think that both of their polls closed at 7. Illinois might even be 7:30, or Kansas might be 7:30. Let's check this out and see. What time you close? Oops. I can't use my co-pilot. Yeah, they closed at 7 o'clock Central Time, which is an hour difference. So they are closed now. So we should be seeing. Oh, they're at Illinois.
I just now saw Illinois numbers as you're speaking. Trump's at 73.1, others at 26.9 with 1% in.
This is one that's interesting to me because Chicago is full of liberals. And I'm kind of curious to see the numbers that are coming out of Chicago because of that reason. So when they come up here,
we got Kansas, by the way. Trump's at 64%, others at 36% with 2% in. So we got both Kansas and Illinois closed now.
We have right now. Illinois is showing Biden 6,500 vote, but we're only talking 1%. And what Brendan just said, 65%, but only 105 votes right now on the Republican side. But Florida, shoot.
Is that what it's showing?
Yeah, Florida. Well, Trump.
Yeah,
Trump's
Fox don't show it.
14,000. He's maxing the hell out of that. Ohio, they went past too fast. I'm not worried about the nobodies on there. Illinois, Trump's at 5,847. And of course, they called it with only percent in. Biden is 6,545 with 1% in Illinois. Kansas, Trump, 106 votes so far with 1% in. That's 65% for Trump. Florida is 814,804 for Trump. Let's see what bitch Biden got. Nope, it went right back in Ohio again. Oh, I'm going it. I missed it. 26% in Ohio. I don't care about those people. Give me Florida. Nope, Illinois. Trump's still 5,847. Haley 1,896. God damn it, they went to commercial. So if you got anything, you let us know. That Newsmax went to commercial.
I got nothing right now. I'm trying to find outlets, or even I guess I'm gonna go with Newsmax because they're at least showing the vote count. Fox isn't showing a vote count, and nobody else is covering this. I guess they don't want to cover it since both Trump and Biden both got the nomination. So that'd be my guess. So we'll see what Newsmax is saying here in a bit.
I had one last one that showed all of them, and I'm going to try to find out. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. I do got it. Kansas. Trump has got all. Of course, he got all the delegates again. They're only showing percentages. The report of margin they're showing. They're not showing that. They're showing delegate counts, but not the total counts. And of course, bitch Biden, he got all his. Mumbling Biden and Trump are going to get everything. We know that, but it's the numbers I want to see in Chicago because of them being a Democrat-run state and the idiots there. That's kind of interesting and why I want to see those numbers. So if you find something, just holler out.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I interrupt you because, like I said, our timing is way off on our end. So I apologize to everyone watching if it seems kind of chaotic tonight because it kind of is to a certain degree. But I'm looking to see right now. Trump in Illinois has 8,395 votes. Let's see what Biden's got. Biden's got 18,591 right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, so I can't tell you that. Only I'm seeing there is delegate counts. I wish these people would show all the counts and not, the numbers and stuff, and not just certain.
Yeah, Newsmax is the only one I'm seeing that's actually showing a vote count right now. Like I said, nobody else even covering this other than Fox and Newsmax. I looked at CNN, nothing. MSNBC, nothing. So we'll just have to go off these guys, I guess.
But again, you guys, how we're doing our videos, please don't forget to go to our Rumble page. Mine is the Country Conservative. Brendan's is Brendan Statler Show. Check out our videos. Follow us so we can get our word, get a wider spread of people to hear the truth. We give you the truth that the lame news media won't give you. So please, I put out a video almost every day. And like I said, if Brendan's up for it, and I'm going to do it, try to get some more live streams and give you the latest news and updates to stuff that we've been doing for for a long time. And cause you guys need the truth out. And we get it to you, give to your friends, your families, your neighbors, everybody. So they know what's going on, because a lot of people have unplugged from the outside world. And in my family, I'm the only one that watches the news. I'm a big conservative, and my wife and son are half conservative and half liberal. So it's not a talking point in our household. We don't talk politics. So this is why we do what we do, and to get the truth out to you guys. Please don't forget to check out our channels and give us a follow as soon as you guys can.
So what you're saying, Charlie, is I'm invited to Thanksgiving this year at your place to bring up politics?
Yeah. But I'm also
Might be
on,
fun.
and under Facebook, if you want to follow me on Facebook or as a friend on Facebook, look under Charlie Brown. Believe it or not, it's under Facebook. But if you go onto Twitter, if you have an X, you can go under Country Conservative in X. And what's yours under on X, Brandon?
It's Let's Go Brendan _5, and it is the Brendan Statler show.
Make sure you guys get in there, and you can do all of them, please. Go follow us, share, check out our tweets. We get them out, like I said, as soon as possible. We get other videos out and stuff like that. Brendan, I know, has got things going on where he's limited to how many videos and stuff he can make at a time. So me, it's just a chance of me getting into my studio and making them and getting the news that you guys can hear. I don't want some of this lame ass bullshit that they put out. But like I said, Democrats put out stuff all the time about censorship, the lawlessness that they are. And that's why it's so easy to make videos often, because of that reason. And my wife can hear most of everything that I do from upstairs. So sometimes I have to be quiet, but when she's not here, I get into them because it pisses me off to see these Democrats do every single day that they're in charge. And they are in charge because you notice since Mayorkas been impeached in the House, they've never brought the vote up to impeach him. And they won't do it because the Democrats hold the majority in the Senate. This is why we need this election. It's so important. Not only that, but for everything else that's going around this country. So what else we got? Oh,
Not seeing anything new yet.
We're on 2% through Illinois, I'm seeing, and Trump was at 11,000 something. Bumbling Biden has got 20,000. He's went above Trump in Illinois. Kansas is showing 5,040 on Newsmax. Oh, and Biden got 8,000 at 10% in right now. In Florida, he's skyrocketing, 837,926 in Florida for him. And I apologize for the Florida one because the Democrats canceled their primary in Florida. And if you Floridians would look at that and see, they don't give a shit about you. So remember that come November, the Democrats don't.
No, they don't give a shit about you. No matter where you're at, they don't care about you. You are a tool to them to get reelected. That is it. And, honestly, that's what they should be to you in a way, too. They should just be a tool to get the job done. Every politician sucks. Charlie, you watch Dan Bongino a lot, I'm sure. He's been harping on that same message, and it is true when you think about it. All these people are terrible. We need to get the ones out that work against us, work against our interests, don't uphold the Constitution. But honestly, all these people suck. Every one of them do.
Oh, most definitely. And like you said, Dan Bongino is from Florida. And I like him because he was a Secret Service and he was a New York City cop. And he's got a lot of inside information. He still has a lot of friends within the business. And he does get you a lot of information out. And I'm not telling you to go away from me, but you want to check something out that gives you a lot of information. And he's on daily from 11 to 2. And he's got a lot of inside information. So you want to check him out. And he had over 3 million some followers. I think today when I watched him, he had 120,000 people viewing. And I was one of them. And
I missed it today. I got to go back and watch it later.
Yeah, and if I miss it, if I happen to miss it, I go. Yeah, that's what I do. I go back and watch it if I miss it. And hopefully we got stuff going on. Let's see. Oh, shoot. After this one,
I'm on commercial right now, so I got nothing
we're
right now.
throwing numbers up 2% in Illinois.
Yeah,
5 is
I got nothing right now.
1,000. But we've got a small one in Louisiana on the 23rd, and Missouri, the 23rd. And then we got Arkansas on April 2nd. We got Arkansas, Connecticut, Delaware, Mississippi, New York, Rhode Island, Wisconsin. That's a big one you guys will want to tune in for. Got a lot of states running there. On the 6th, what do we got? Alaska, we probably will not cover Alaska just because of the time difference. We got Alaska and North Dakota. All of them are time difference. We'll probably wait for the numbers on that for the next one after that. And then Wyoming. These are all single states coming up. But I do cover Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania is a Democrat-run criminal enterprise because not under Josh Shapiro, but he is a Democrat, and with under Wolf and how they changed election laws one day prior illegally to the election, and it's illegal because it needed a vote through the House and congressional right to change the law. They did it.
Yeah, right, and not only that, before they could even take it to the House to vote on it, in order to change the election process here in Pennsylvania, many states have similar laws, but particularly here in Pennsylvania, an amendment has to be made to the state constitution. And in order to make a change to the state constitution, the citizens of Pennsylvania voters, need to vote on it, vote in favor of it before it could even be taken to Harrisburg to be debated on. None of that was happened. Tom Wolf did it on his own. So Pennsylvania's election results in 2020 should have been thrown out because it was an illegal process.
And this is why people keep saying that the 2020 election was fixed. This is the stuff that we're seeing now. And right now, nobody's going to do anything because we're almost into, 4 years of this bumbling idiot in D.C. And what is he going to do now? But we'll fix the elections and make them the free, fair elections they are supposed to be, not what the Democrats want them to be. And that's another reason they're letting these illegals in, because they are looking to fill seats. And the more they can get illegals, and that's why they're trying to push citizenship for these people and putting them on the census so they can fill more congressional seats on the Democratic side, because the Democrats are giving them things. And they think by giving them things, it's going to make them vote for them, which is not going to happen. Because now, I don't know if you saw that a judge just said that illegal criminals, these illegal immigrants that are crossing in our border, are allowed to carry a gun.
Yeah, I saw that. And you see what they did in Pennsylvania now. Josh Shapiro just signed off on giving illegals driver's license and registering them to vote. Probably registers them Democrat automatically, I'm sure. But it's not only that they want them to vote. It's a little bit more than that too. They're shipping them to these states, and what they're trying to do, each state, when it comes to electoral points in the presidential election, goes off population. And it doesn't necessarily go off the population of legal citizens. It just goes off of people that reside in that state. So that's why they're bringing illegals in too. So places like California could be worth more electoral points. Places like Pennsylvania and New York could be worth more electoral points for the Democrat. That is also another aspect of this game they're playing right now. It goes far beyond just allowing illegals to vote. They're trying to cover every avenue possible for them to cheat. And like I say time and time again, I don't think they're so confident they could do it. They're trying to deter you from voting. That is why everything they're doing is so out in the open. They want you to see it. They want you to stay home and say it is pointless to go out and vote. Do not be fooled this time. We've been fooled too many times with that. You have to go out and vote because they are not confident at all that they are going to steal this election like they did in 2020. They would not be going after Trump the way they are, and they would not be going after his supporters and the people around him. Just look at Peter Navarro today. They would not be going after these people if they were so convinced they could steal this election like they did in 2020. That should motivate everybody listening to this.
The reason why we're doing these things so you guys will get out and vote. And even now, even with the presumptive nominees of Biden and Trump, you still got to get and vote. You got to still got to get your neighbors and friends, your families. You got to get them all out the votes too. And we keep repeating that is because it's important. It's important that we make sure that everybody does their part, and gets out to vote. And that's why Brendan and I are doing these videos to remind people to get out and vote.
Yeah, and another reason is so important. It's not just the president that is on this ballot. Like I said earlier, there are many important races at the local level that you need to take part in. But of course, you still got to go in and select Donald Trump's name. That, as far as the presidential race is concerned, that's all about sending a message at this point. But do not stay home. There are other races on this ballot that are going to be very important that everybody needs to take part in. That's why I tell you guys, if you vote Republican but you're not registered Republican, go out and switch your party. You can do it right online. It takes 10 minutes, if that. And really the only information you need is your social and your driver's license. Switch your party to Republican if you vote Republican, but you're affiliated with a different party, because primaries are just as important as the general, if not more, honestly.
Well, while we're waiting for some numbers here, I'm at a commercial break right now. Are you?
So am I.
Are you on a commercial? But let us know what you guys think. Let us know what states you guys are tuning in from. Let us know what's going on in your state. What you think of this election? Is it wrapping up to what you think it should, or should something else be happening? Excuse me, getting a tickle in my throat. But let us know what you think. What you're hearing around where you live. Let us know if people are Trump supporters or if they're liberals that are going to vote for this demented idiot fool. But with the way things are going right now, and gas is going back up, and of course I buy a new truck, when the prices go back up, they're nothing like it was when Trump was in office. And that's what I was hoping for. They were coming down, but bumbling Biden will not sign off on stopping Russian oil from coming over here, buying Venezuelan oil instead of drilling and using our own oil. They put a stop to liquid propane being exported out of Texas. And doing everything he can to stop every part of exporting that we're doing. And we were energy independent with Trump in office. And now we're energy dependent.
Not only independent, we were energy dominant under Trump as well. And Biden can't go back to us using our own oil and gas, because it would be political suicide for him if he's not already politically dead. Because it's proving that everything Trump has said is right. So they can't go back. They have to continue to go out here on this disinformation campaign and repeat the same lies over and over again until all the blue-haired liberals continue to parrot all the lies that they have put out there in the mainstream media. They have no chance but to do what they're doing now.
Right, now let's see. We got some numbers coming back in here. 30% in Ohio, Biden at 157,000 some odd. And I don't care about these two people. And whoever Brown is, it's a Democrat, 170.
That's you.
Did you see that? That's
Yeah,
me,
I
Illinois.
saw it. That's you.
Heck yeah. Biden in Illinois has got 66.
And you're Democrat.
Oh, no. Kansas, Trump got 10,000.
Charlie's
67.
into the Build Back Better.
Yeah. Biden got 11,000 in Kansas. Florida, Trump got 860,031. Can't believe how many people voted for Haley. Trump at 186,000. Ohio, people didn't show up in Ohio. Between him and Biden, you're talking only 300,000 or 400,000 people. In Florida, I think came out for.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Brown is. That's a U.S. Senate seat. Brown Democrat got pretty much 100% of the votes. So nobody must have been challenging him or her or whoever it is.
No, nobody was running against them. They're the only name on the ballot, so
That makes sense. I'm definitely getting this computer checked out, so gonna have to see what's going on.
next one's gonna be better, guys.
I'm gonna be calling my PC people, Cyber Power, and finding out what the heck's going on with this. But we've got one more going off, and let's see, that is Arizona.
Email.
And I don't believe we're going to get there. I think they don't close until 10 o'clock our time.
No, probably not. It is 3-hour difference.
Yeah, so I don't believe we're going to be getting into that. So, but we are seeing the numbers from all the other ones coming in. I'm still curious of Chicago's. Kansas is not a big turnout, and it's only 8% in right now. Right now, the total other these candidates have got 800 and some for Biden Democrats, but Trump has just killed Florida. Trump in Ohio, 192 to 47. Let's see what Biden is in Ohio, 158, 828. Not a very big turnout. That's 30% of the votes in right now. Marino and Dolan, they're on the Republican side. I don't know who the hell are. 176,000 for that two-person. Trump in Illinois. 70.
Is it me, or does it seem like the vote count in these states is very slow tonight? Does it seem like the vote count is very slow tonight?
It is. They're coming back really slow. But we do, guys, no matter what.
Wonder why that is.
They're not even calling Kansas City yet, and then Trump and Biden are the only ones on there. Crazy to me. But I mean,
Yeah, and it's not even close.
So I thought they would be calling those, but they're still holding off for some reason. But I was sitting there watching all things, and a couple of these I've already put out a video. I've got videos going out tomorrow, and what's Wednesday and Thursday. I'll put another one out, but we got Comer, see on there. Last Hunter Biden's attorney over the first son's refusal to appear at a public hearing. Hunter Biden doesn't want to go public because he doesn't want us to hear the answers that he asked questions to in the closed hearing that he defied the subpoena. So I don't think they subpoenaed him to do the public hearing, but they did subpoena him for the closed hearing. So I don't think the Republicans are going to do anything about it. But if I didn't mention it earlier, but here's something I did not know, that Hunter Biden and partners aided Chinese to buy a nuclear energy company here in the United States, giving them power to build nuclear weapons in our own country. So what is the hell up with that? This is another reason why we need the Republicans to control everything, the House, the Senate, the whole thing, even your locals and state jobs. Got to get them out, the Democrat power totally, because we have got to get some control back. We have got to hold these Democrats, these corrupt Democrats, we got to hold them accountable, and nothing's being done. Nobody's being held accountable, and they're getting away with defying the laws of the Supreme Court in direct defiance right on TV. And what do the Republicans do? They hold another hearing or they send another letter out. And it's all the hell to get done. If you're like me, you're tired of inaction.
Yeah.
But like a lot of you guys, like I say here, a lot of you guys turned off the cable. You don't watch news. You don't know what's going on. And that's what the problem with a lot of people is. They don't see the corruption of the Biden crime syndicate family. So they don't know. So when you tell them, it's like, oh, that's bullshit. They're telling you it's bullshit, but they don't know the truth. And then when you go look it up, where do they go? CNN, MSNBC. They go to the liberal media sites. They don't listen to the truth.
No. And, you know, this is, as we say, just about every show we do, this is the most important election. And it's not just limited to the presidential, as Charlie said and I said earlier. You know, we have to kick every crooked politician from the local level all the way up to the presidential. We need to kick them out, regardless of what party they're affiliated with. We need to get rid of all these people. Every single one of these people that have sold us out, that claim to represent us, but don't. They just use us to line their pockets. We need to fire each and every one of them, and that is how you make America great again.
Got that right. And that's what we need to do. And that's the only way we're going to get things done is if we get these people out and get Republicans to control stuff. And like I said again, Republicans are not the total answer, but they are the answer that we have. And if we can do something about it, we will. And, you know, we'll go from there after this election in November.
Man, this is the longest commercial break.
Yeah, are you still watching
Jesus.
Newsmax?
I've been flipping back between them and Fox. Fox was also commercial. I went to Newsmax and they never came. Shit, Fox is still on commercial too. Holy hell.
Yeah, everybody.
These people got an easy job.
And I think they're kind of sick and tired
Pricks.
of the slow results coming in. But
Yeah, I don't know why it's so slow today.
it's going extremely slow. And I am going to have to talk to them because I can't keep up with all the different chats on 6 different things. And that's why it's nice to have producers and stuff to watch this stuff for us and they can put them up on the screen for us. But this kind of sucks. And
We're gonna have to hire somebody, but you're paying them, of course.
Yeah.
It's coming out of your pocket.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So I'm kind of getting tired of the slow chats. What do you think about wrapping it up, Brendan?
I'm ready when you are.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. For me, again, please follow us on our Rumble channel. Mine is Country Conservative on Rumble and the Brendan Statler Show on Rumble. Check out our videos. Share our videos with your friends and families. We will be advertising our next live feed coming up here. Let me get rid of this out of my face. But I'd like to see you guys join in on chat a little more. We used to have a couple guys last week that would chime in. Harold and Steven, I think, but they didn't happen to make it here tonight. So I would like to thank you again. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm the Country Conservative. I'm Charlie. And I will see you guys next time.
And I'm Brendan Statler from the Brendan Statler Show. I want to thank everyone that continue to watch us despite our technical difficulties today. We'll get all the bugs worked out, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.